ngikhulisela umntwana lo ngithi umntana wami mara here are things unveiling.
Why are you doing it then? Then why are you doing it? Are you doing it for a payback? Then you're stupid yourself. If you're doing it genuinely because you love the mother and you want to bring up the child, even your children are going to go. Even your children might turn back and decide they want to live their lives without you. That could happen. It's possible. So you either do it because you really care, or you do it for a payback time. Then don't do it. And you'll find the very same guys you're saying that are the guys that have left a lot of women out there with their kids who have been brought up by other stepfathers, not them. Their kids are being brought up by some other people. And they already have problems of bringing up other people's kids. Their kids don't even know a present, their Christmas or a birthday from them. But then they're going to complain about having to bring up other kids. If you're doing it for the payback time, then don't do it. If you feel like it is hard for you to take care of the child, of the person you claim you love.
Yo, this is the first.
No, I don't get it. I mean, I don't get the complaints, that because you have a choice not to do it. You have a choice to walk away from it. But if you choose to do it, then you don't go back and come back and say, yeah, it's like this whole thing about fathers who always say, I take care of my kids as if they want to be praised for that.
It's your duty, then you must.
It's your duty. You're supposed to do it. It's your job. You had sex. Apara condom. Apara condom. It's just the reality. For Father's Project. Finally, the platform fathers deserve.
All I shall as usual, it's your boy Tiisetso Talker, and we're out here today. It's Forefathers Podcast, and as usual, I always tell you guys, Forefathers, it outlines the epitome of fatherhood. And today we have a very special guest, and before special guest, what we always do on the show is always to tell you guys you must subscribe, follow, like, share. If there's anything that you guys want to say to us, or if there's anything that you guys want us to speak about, always send us an email to info@forefathers.co.za, info@forefathers.co.za. Whatever that is, we'll take it. Sikhulume ngayo. We also have reactions. Sifunda incwadi zenu ke. Sibona ukuthi nisiza kanjani ke. Ningakhohlwa ke ukuthi we have a counselor in house that can always help you guys. This is not just a show la sisiza abantu khona, entertain people or whatever that is. We're trying to kill ama stigma which are attached to Tina as amajita. So now, getting into the topic for today, I just want to say this. My guest today is someone I've always admired ku-industry yethu. Ngimthanda ngenye indlela kodwa ngimjelanga. Dala ngim-admire, coming up as intwana yasekasi, seen a lot of shows on TV, adlala, and namakrotman wami, some people in the industry as well. I was like, eventually nkulunkulu ngicela ngisize ukuthi ngifike to this point. And eventually when I got to a point where I was able to ngihlangane naye and everything, I was like, you know what, I feel like izinto zami ziyahlangana empilweni. But now it's stop ukhuluma into eyiningi ngami and introduce my guest today in studio. Igama le guest yami, it's none other than Kenneth Nkosi. Thank you, Krotmane. Great, Krotmane.
Yeah.
I think kanje.
Yes.
Thanks very much, and I appreciate so much for coming through to studio. From the bottom of my heart,
the thing about, I've been invited a couple of times, and I have not been able to make it. And then maybe it was because whenever they said forefathers, I thought, I'm still alive. Why am I a forefather? I'm still very much alive. No, it's not forefather, it's forefather.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It sounds like it's forefathers. And the first one, there's someone who asks, is like, Forefathers, abantu abafile Muslim. I'm like, yeah, my kuruma, it's called forefathers, but it's for fathers.
Thank you for having me, Ntwanam.
No, thanks very much for coming to Studio Krotmani. And I think, before we start anything or whatever that is, I'd like to say personally, myself as Tiisetso, I'd like to actually thank you personally for inspiring me, for doing all the work that you've done in the industry. Some of the people that I look up to in the industry, it's yourself and Oprantoshi, and I know when I know Prantoshi, you guys are good friends and stuff like that. Exactly. I love the work so much. It's so dear to me. Most of the time, before I do my monologues and other stuff, I'd always actually go online and check your work and stuff like that. But here we are today. But I appreciate that.
You've done some great work yourself. I mean, one of the very memorable characters that I know about that you did was it The Herd?
Oh, Dingan on the Head.
That was one of the memorable performances.
Thank you very much.
I really enjoyed that. And having to play opposite Bantu Basalabo, Silomak and all that. And you're young and all that, and you held your own. So you've been doing it.
No, thanks very much. God willing, we out here, we still keep going. And we pray to God in the near future and everything, for the art. Yeah. But I don't know. Thanks very much. So now, today, it's a different thing that we're here for, Brake. So, we and the team, we decided to sit down and say, you know what, guys, let's come together, sit down. Let's come up with something that is actually different, genuine, that we can speak about. And when we brainstormed and came up with what we have right now as the podcast, we were like, as we can see, there's a lot of podcasts going around. But now, here's one thing that people don't actually keep in mind of or are not cognizant of is fatherhood. And the stigmas which are actually attached to us as men in South Africa. We always have like these things of saying men are trash, they are not present fathers and stuff like that. And I once told the team at some point, I'm like, I have Amakrotman in the industry who actually make this seem very easy. And I told them about you guys and like, look at everything. You see their videos and everything. You're like, it looks perfect. It looks easy, even though other people out there are crying. I'm like, can you please try and call Amakrotman and just try and understand, how do they make it seem so easy? Because there's a lot happening.
Fatherhood is not easy.
It's not easy at all.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
But it's also beautiful. It's also brilliant. It's also fulfilling in many ways than one. You must understand that being a father is it's like a character, right? That you find in a script that has been written for you.
Yeah.
It's got a beginning, middle, and end.
An end, yes.
But then you have to carry it forward and make it work.
Yes, give it life, yes.
You must give it life. So this one around, with the kids, they've been given life by Umdali, right? So they are there. They are their own human beings from the beginning. And the writer, who is the Lord, knows their beginning, their middle, and their end.
Yeah.
Where Nanje, you have just been given a task to guide them and shepherd them towards what God wants of them, right?
Yeah.
That means guiding them. That means clothing them. That means feeding them. That means schooling them. That means all that. That's
like listen, it's like so much work. Like everything that you're just
that's a bit unfair from God. He gives us a lot to do.
It's a lot.
And it's a lot. I mean, I remember when I had my first daughter, her name is Ntando. She's my first child ever.
How old is Ntando? Sorry.
She's 23 now.
Imagine now.
Yeah. She's 23 now. She's turning 24 this year. But I was prepared because her mother had had a child before, so I came in as an instant dad.
Okay.
So I had a bit of practice on how to be a father.
Okay. Before it happened, yes. Okay.
Which is her older brother, but I remember that one day when her mother broke, the water broke, and I had to rush her to the hospital. We got to the hospital, and she was in pain and all that, and then she had to be induced and all that, and the trauma that was there, it was just traumatic to watch and see her going through whatever she went through until they gave her an epidural and she came down. And eventually she gave birth to Ntando on the 24th of June, 2002. And I was looking at this young human being with little hands, little feet, little nose and all that. And that got me so emotional.
Just an innocent human being,
It made me cry because then I realized the responsibility that God has just given me. This human being must grow, right? I've had a little bit of practice, not much, with a 3-year-old Simpio, 4-year-old Simpio at the time. But I did not know how to be a father, really. I did not know how it begins. The nappies, the milk, the clothing, the everything to keep her alive and healthy. It took a while. Soon after that, there was a Longile who came just a year after that. I think me and the mother were too excited. They just came one after the other.
But wasn't it like overwhelming though?
It was.
Because
because then I had to buy these Pampers and milk for a good five years, something like that. Because I never stopped. Because
from this one to
one after the other, That's what happened. But the reality was I accepted the gift from God. I accepted this beautiful bundle of joy to bring up and shepherd. And going forward, then I had another one. Then I had another one. Then I had Lindo. And I had one delay, and then I had Lindo. Then there were 4 girls. I mean, these are my 4 girls right now. And
beautiful.
And God just gave me girls, right?
Only girls.
Only girls, right? So I'm that guy.
Are you happy about that?
Listen, when you're younger, that's the first thing, because my second born, I always thought she was going to be a boy. And she came out feeling like, what's up? What? She was that girl. What? And I thought, God, you made a mistake.
Yeah.
She was supposed to be a boy. And she's a toughie. She's the one who's the strongest right now. She's the one who almost like ran the family, I think so.
Yeah.
But I was so grateful. I mean, when you grew up, you were told, good, you needed this boy that's going to carry the same name and all that.
Yeah.
And there's a level like, why can't my girls carry my same name?
Exactly.
Because they can. Times have changed.
And they can, yes.
Angaba untando sibeko nkosi. They'll always be Nkosi there. And their first child is going to be Nkosi.
Yeah.
Nkosi is going to be carried whichever way by hook or crook. Nkosi. It's going to be carried by hook or crook. So, and when I saw how graceful and how gentle the girls can be, I was so grateful that I had girls, right? I mean, I love my boys, my neighbors. I've got my neighbor, his name is Bonga, and he's got 3 boys. I love them to bits. But can I not have them? Those kids, when they get into my house, they mess up those boys. Those boys is like ukuzile. And the girls are like so calm. You get those guys, my neighbor's boys, hey, there's something else. But whenever I'm thinking about the boy, I'm thinking, that could have been a nice boy, but
I was about to ask the idea.
I like them from a distance. Nothing else.
To say this could have been my boy.
This could have been my boy. I could be running around right now, but that's what it is.
So now, the first thing, Brakiaguti, now you realize that you're going to be a father.
Yes.
What comes into your mind? I'm asking all these questions because Nami, as a father, after realizing that I'm going to be a dad, from the word where my wife told me, we're expecting.
Right.
And to the second being, Tiisetso, then then the next thing, Tiisetso, you're going to be a father.
Yeah.
So what went into your mind after realizing that, what, here I am?
Let me ask you first, how old were you when you had your first child?
I was 25.
Okay. So this is me, I wanted a child, at least from the age of 23, my daughter's age. I really wanted a child so bad.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because I had my friends who were older than me. Listen, Rapulana might look younger than me, but it's definitely older than me. Tosh might look younger than me, definitely older than me.
Oh, yeah?
They already had children.
Oh, okay.
They already had children, and I felt like I needed that. I needed a child as well and all that. I started working professionally at the age of 21, and I was earning money, and my money was about fun.
Lots of money.
It was good money.
Yeah.
We used to have a lot of fun, travel everywhere, do everything.
Wow.
But no, I felt like I was wasting money. At the age of 23, I was like, I was wasting money. I wish I could just. This money should go towards a child or something.
Yeah, something positive.
Something positive or something like that. And God was like, nah, ain't ready. Right? And he was not ready for me. And I don't think I was ready at the time too. I only had my first child at the age of 21. So I'm sort of 29.
That was...
So it was not a shocker for me. Because I've already practiced with all my kids, my friends' kids. My friends' kids were older. Right?
Oh my goodness.
So I've seen them growing. Me and my kids, I'm sure that you won I'm 2000.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, so you had your first child at 29.
At 29, I had my first child. That's Ntando that I'm talking about.
Hayi bosomdala.
And which I think was the best thing that could have happened to me, because then Uncle sang umntwana ngaphandle.
Yeah.
Bonke abantwana bami bakhule nami. Sikhuliseke.
Beautiful. Yes.
And which was beautiful. You know, so all the panicking and all that, I already knew what to do, man.
Yeah.
I knew kufanele kube nebag yesibhedlela makufana ngalesikhathi fanele ngibe kuphi. I knew everything. So it was not a big shock, but it was the most beautiful feeling that you'll never feel ever again. Your first child is the one that gives you the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
And not because you don't like others. No, you love them and you appreciate their birth. But the first one is your first experience.
It is.
Of taking care of a human being. Right? So that was the only thing maybe that would make me got me nervous. Am I going to be a good dad?
Yes.
Looking at the background where I come from, where I never had a dad, right? So I had a dad, but he was never there.
Never there,
right?
present, yeah.
So I never had the experience of father, son kind of stuff. So I was always looking forward to be the best dad ever, right? I was always looking forward to be there for my daughters all the time. That is exactly what and it went back to where I come from, right? And which was difficult as well, because there I was trying to bring up these kids, but not only bringing them up kahle, besesenekwalo.
Yeah, ngoba mina bengifuna ukukubuza ukuthi mawusho kanjalo Brakhe ukuthi how did you know ukuthi uzokhulisa abantwana bakho kanjani if your dad was not present? Like you were like, okay, ngiyoqala kuphi ngibuze umakhelwane ubaba wakuphi ukuthi
in all honesty, whether you have a father or not, the reality of the matter, being a parent is your first experience.
Yeah.
Right? But observing people around me and how some of my friends were brought up, and in the streets where I come from, some of the fathers that I looked up to, and who became my mentors to a large degree. They became these father figures that I looked at, and I looked at their pattern and how they bring up their children, and then I had to
to instill it to yourself and
myself and see how to go about it. That's just the reality. You're the first parent. You don't know it. And no one will tell you. It's not written. You just get instructions from God in terms of what to do to make them grow up and be beautiful people. But doesn't tell you how to do it. None of us get that. You experience it for the first time yourself. Even if my father was here, I don't think I'll be able to copy from him, because it's always a unique experience for everybody.
So when you felt like you just had to pick up like from here and there, from how you grew up, to say ngizohlanganisa yonke into and put this together and say this is how I'm going to raise my kids.
And trust me, I look back right now, I'm thinking there's some of the things that I should not have taken. It's trial and error.
You can never
be perfect.
Sure, yeah.
I look back right now, my kids were teenagers not so long ago, and I'm having another 14-year-old teenager, and I look at them thinking, my word, the way these kids challenge me now, I never thought this would ever happen. I've always thought that I was going to be the daddy's girl.
Yeah, like that dad.
They're going to be like this close to me all the time. About like a little it gets to a point where, hey, Baba, no, I'm okay, Papa. We can go. What happened to that great father?
That relationship.
When you watch a lot of internet, there's a lot of stuff that happens all the time. So I get these quotes and I get all sorts of things that are happening there.
Yeah.
And this one guy said this other time, I don't remember, I don't know who said it. I'll just say it. I don't know when kids are young, when they're like nice, beautiful babies, they idolize you. You're the best thing that has ever happened.
Exactly.
And they get to a point when they become teenagers, and then they start demonizing you. You are the one. You sure because of you.
It's your fault. You are the one. This and this.
And as they got older, like over 25 and so, then they started recognizing you. They started recognizing, okay, he was saying this because of that. He was saying that because of that. And that I kept in my mind all the time. So whenever they freak out, as much as I can have a fed up leaf with them, and I'm like, I'm not talking to you, or you're not talking to me. It's fine. But I remember that they're in that period in their lives where they are rebellious, where they will do what they want because they feel like they're adult enough to do whatever that they
That's
want.
the thing about them.
And you're like, Mudima also do what you want. And the next thing, they don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Okay, they lock themselves in their rooms and all that. You know what you do in that instance? You open that room. And if you saw what to now, why?
And Marakana go
But
that.
in my house, it's going to be my rules. And these are my rules. Until such time you have your own house, you can fill up your own fridge, then you can make those decisions. But there are certain decisions that I cannot make them. And that is very important. That you respect their boundaries as well. But they must also respect the fact that I get prior born, you know, my kids have this thing, you know, they used to say, but yo, it must be fun at home.
Yeah.
Your father is such a funny guy.
Exactly.
It must be fun, right?
How?
But Papa. Because the reality of the matter is, I've been given a responsibility by God to bring up these young human beings. Which is why, you know, when like my daughter came around at one point and says, I think it took like some real oomph to come to me and say that I've got a boyfriend.
Huh?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yo.
Hot flashes gives you.
So am I on a bracket? You know that the reason why I'm so shocked is because my daughter is getting into teenagehood.
Right. And
I felt like this is the one question I always wanted to I wanted to ask you about, to say, how did it feel, or what happened during that moment whereby your daughter came to you like, Papa, kiajola, or I'm getting into that phase of saying kenalemoto or whatever that is, and I've got feelings and whatever. Yo, I don't even know how to phrase this. My goodness.
No, I was talking. Some of us we got this belief that 15, 14, 13 or whatever.
Yeah.
You deal with the children from their infancy. The formative stages of a child is between the ages of 0 and 7, 9. And if you're not there to instill values, a certain discipline and all that, then you'll be worried about them telling you about the boyfriend later. But if you instill those values early, which means that it was not just me, I was lucky because I had people around me. My kids were raised by a village. I had their mothers, even when we divorced, they're not even around. There were other family members that were around.
Yeah, right? To raise them. Yeah.
But their mothers were always there, but maybe not intimately in the house all the time with me. I was the primary caregiver, right? But I had my mother, I had my sister, I had my cousins. They had their cousins, their mothers. I had a lot of people. I had friends, girlfriends, friends' wives to help me out and bring up the kids and in instilling some certain values very early on in their lives. Yeah. Because I knew this was going to happen. I knew that there's a point in my life, in their life, where my kids are going to start having sex.
Yo,
it's going to happen.
Yo, this way, like, yo, right? You're the first person who's speaking about this, like, right now.
No. You're gonna have sex. I mean, you always imagine yourself when you're 16. Me, when I was 16, we were like, yo, rough, young. As young boys, you were horny like you don't have an idea, right? And we had girlfriends, right? Cause Kolong, school trip and all that. We knew that. But what I needed to know, what I needed to do, Mina, all the time was, I'm okay that thing's going to happen, but take care of yourself until a certain age. Achieve certain things in your life. Yeah. So that when that time comes for you to do it, you're doing it with no guilt whatsoever, because you've achieved everything that you want. Not what I want.
What you want. Yeah.
You know, what you want, because it's going to happen. Because when Tando came and told me that she has a boyfriend, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And that was the end of it. And I think she was...
Wait, so that's all that you said to her? Like, okay, Shaq, okay, fine, it's fine.
Yeah. Because... But but then, you had to digest it, I guess. So, okay, it's fine. Go to your bedroom, you're like...
yeah, exactly, yeah.
It's a baby girl, right?
Exactly.
But then what I was very clear about it, I was not going to be introduced to no boy. And there's no boy that was going to come into my house.
Oh, that you laid that down, okay.
I'm not one of those parents that will say, no, it's better when you know him.
Let's know him, yeah.
So it's like, when they say that about the kids, no, it's better if you drink with them.
Yeah, drink at home so we know. Yeah.
Shut up. Never drank in front of my mother. Never smoked in front of my mother. Come on. I don't.
Yeah.
That's BS to me. No, come on. They must experiment that with their friends if they do, but I'm not going to be telling them it's okay for you to drink, it's okay for you to smoke.
Yeah.
Much as kids learn from what they see, which I do as smoke and drink, but I'm saying take responsibility. I know buying a pack of cigarettes, how much it is, buying a 6-pack of Stella, how much it is. Yeah. You know how much that is. So if you're going to go there, then you must know that you must be able to
maintain that. Yeah.
And then having to have boys coming to my house to be introduced. How many people that I've dated in my life? How many, before I could have her and get married to her mother, how many people I've had? Can you imagine how many boys you're
going to bring?
I'm going to be introduced to. I don't want to be introduced to every boy. No, I'm not interested. The one I'm going to be introduced to is the one that will say, may I please, Mr. Nkosi, have your daughter's hand in marriage. Yeah. That's what I will talk. That's when I'm prepared to do. I don't want people to be parking around my house but I've seen them. Because I got another camera go for no. I know you bought a camera. I can see you. Okay. And it doesn't look like an Uber.
In Alema for like 5 minutes. Yeah.
You know, so you understand stuff like that. It's going to happen. And the sooner you realize, the sooner you admit the fact that these are human beings that are growing. Remember the beginning, middle, and an end. Right? They are going to go through those stages with. When they're young, it's a perfect thing. You're supposed to be there. But as they grow, trust me, they want to tell you how much they don't need you. They want to tell me how much you are such a selfish father. My daughter was using this other word the other time. Yeah, you emotionally blackmail us. You know, and all that. They use all those terms, right? And you get angry. And I mean, I'm a shouter, right? So I get angry and pissed. And I go and cool off in my room. And then I realize, the reality is they're getting older.
Yeah.
And they gotta make some decisions that are theirs.
Now they can challenge
They gotta make their own mistakes as much as I can try and shield them. But they have to make those mistakes for them to be able to grow.
Yeah.
They spend more time outside than they do
inside. Yeah.
So the influences that are outside, they are huge, which is why it's important for those formative stages for you to be there. My kids used to go to church all the time. Because of my grandmother, because of my their mothers, because of my sister and all that, and that grounded them. And when they got to a point where they didn't feel like going to church, I didn't say it's your choice.
It's okay, yeah.
It's okay. It's okay if you choose God as your Lord and Savior. You do that, and if you choose something else, you do that. It's your own life at the end of the day. You've got to experience that life. There is no way that I'm going to be pushing my kids to do things that they don't want to do. But that's why I'm so confident in whatever partnership that they're going to have to form later in life.
Yeah.
It's because of those formative stages.
Yeah, true.
You can't just, which is why I always worry when, people discover their kids at the age of 50, at the age of 30, or whatever. You discover that we had a child a long time ago, and they're like, I never got to experience that bit where we're gonna be able to teach them, and show them, and luckily, because my kids are now older, the other one's gonna be 22, 14, and then I've got a 3-year-old. Don't ask me how. I've got a 3-year-old, but I guess no, she's gonna turn 4 next month. Yeah, they're all April, except for one. That's the funniest thing, eh? They're all, my 3, 4, 5, my 3, my 2, 3, 4, April, and then and it's a gift that you have to accept and love.
Yeah.
But you know that it comes with a huge responsibility.
Yes.
It comes with a huge sacrifice in terms of stuff that you want sometimes that you can't get because they gotta get it first before you. But the only thing that you wanna do is to bring up the best human beings in the world. People who care, people who have empathy, people who have grace, people who know other people who have got respect. That's why I always get surprised when you get to other homes and you get the keys that are like, I'm like, yeah. I don't know how this works. So I have Ntosh and Des at my house one time. So we're having our drinks and we're chilling there. And every 2 seconds there will come my child, my other child, and they go to their rooms. Because here is Papa's time with his friends.
Yeah.
Right? They only come here when I need them. When I'm saying, hey,
Nice.
one deal, I need this. Wow, I need that.
Come here.
Come here. But stay away. I'm not having children that are busy doing rubbish things around me when I'm talking to the adults. That's how we were brought up.
Yeah.
Right? And at Tiisetso, we never had a church. We never even had rooms. Tonight was a 4-room house. How clear go down room? You can't be stuck in the kitchen because somebody's cooking. You are outside. You know, more than they have an opportunity to go to their room.
Their own bedroom, yeah.
You know, and have their phones and do their YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what was the question, but I talk a lot. So
No, that's fine. But now here's one other thing that I wanted to find out, because a lot of guests that we have on the show, we always speak about this. Ogutsi, I just heard right now to say, before you had your first child, you prepared yourself emotionally because your partner had a child before.
Yeah.
So now, a lot of people at home, what they always say is that, or a lot of amajite kaya. I feel like I can never accept a woman who has a child, or then the next thing because I feel like already second sharing a score, it's already 1-0. You can't start a soccer match already so shower scoring 1-0. How was it for you, that experience, to say, I'm getting into a relationship with such a person that I love, and I accept the fact that unomntwana, and lomntwana lo is not my child. Now we are coming together. How was that experience?
Easy.
Was it?
I love the mother.
Mm-hmm. Though then the child was to be right.
No. You see, that's the thing when you start relationships, what you don't get. Most of the relationships that I've started in my life were friendships. Right? I liked the human being.
Yeah.
I liked her before I could even feel love for her or anything like that. I really enjoyed her company. And then all that. With that company, she had a child. And I could see the child was there. There was no child that was hidden. And when I fell in love with her, I knew that she had a child.
Yeah.
You know? And I remember it was quite tricky because when we moved in together and with a daughter, with a son, before my firstborn was there, I was the strictest father. I was strict, man. To a point where
yeah, because that's the thing that people are all the time. Yes.
No, to me it was, you were a boy, you want to do your shoes when you come from school, clean those shoes, hang your clothes properly and all that. I'm being like that all the time to my nieces, my nephews, and everybody. I've always been like that. But I could see there was a little bit of tension with the mother. I don't think the mother liked it so much.
Exactly.
And I understood.
How did you work on that? Yeah.
But then this is how it would happen.
Yeah.
Then she fell pregnant. And she had Ntando.
Okay.
Who was treated the same way.
Oh, okay. All right.
Then I think that's when she got relieved.
Oh, okay.
It does the same thing.
Yeah.
Because that's who I am. Right? We divorced. He left. I think he was age 11 when he left. And we went to Cape Town. And when was it? I think 2019. Was it 2018 or something like that? I mean, he was old. And he says to me, perhaps, I want to come down to Joburg because I want to do this music business thing and all that. And I've got a friend of mine who stays in Tembisa. We're going to live in his room, we're going to create the beats, I'm looking at this boy. So I called him. I think this is the boy who's telling me that now he's coming to Tembisa to stay at somebody's room, backyard.
And start music.
And the guy said, he's soft in Yana. He's soft. Some fun older,
Yeah.
He's a kind of nice, kind boy, and I'm like, no, I've got space for you in my house. Why don't you come and move in with me? And he moved in because I knew that even the sisters missed him.
Yeah.
He moved in. I remember Ntosh gave him a piano.
Wow.
What is it? Keyboard.
Hey.
To try to create. He was doing his music there and all that. Introduced him to a whole lot of people in the industry, tried, but then he was lazy. And he knows, even when he's watching right now, he knows that. And there was a point, I think 4 years later, when I was like, I don't think you're going to do anything with your life. And I think you're old enough now to be able to be doing stuff.
To do something, yes.
I think you're too comfortable being home.
Yeah.
And I think you need to go out there, find a place, and do something with your life.
Just do something, yeah.
And I chased him out. The next thing, he was living in Maboneng with a friend.
Okay, that's a good start.
Right, got a good start. Things didn't go well. Went back to my home in Soweto. Stayed with my sister because he knew he wasn't going to come back to me.
Yeah.
You know, he had health problems and all that. And after that, he decided to move back to Cape Town. He's in Cape Town. He's working, taking care of himself, and
Look
he's
at
okay.
that. He's doing well.
And he's okay.
Look at that.
And he's okay. But I think even the mother said, "I'm a spoiler."
Oh, okay.
You know, this guy is supposed to be, and next time spoily. I was just giving me a cushion so that. But I'm in Joburg. I always tell my kids, I'm in Joburg. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm in this industry. If you want help, I'm here. Come to me. I'll introduce you to people. I'll never do it for you. I'll probably say, Tiisetso, what. Hey man, maybe but I'll learn more about cameras. Maybe we can come around to the man cameras. You know, come, let me tap and run back. What.
Yeah.
Do it. Take a taxi. Go there.
Go there.
I'm not gonna do it for you.
I tried.
But
The least I was to connect you.
That's the thing. Even my daughters, I tell them the same way because they're interested in the industry. That I will connect you to as many people as possible, right? But I'll never do it for you. Use me while I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Because the reality of the matter is that I can connect you to some people and introduce you directly, and they will love you. There are people that will take you because they love me,
Exactly.
and there are people
Not
that
them.
will
Yes.
not take you because they don't like me.
Yes.
Right?
Aha.
So it's very important that you establish yourself. Establish yourself in any space.
Oh.
And knowing that I'm not expecting you to start from the scratch. I'm here. What's
Yes.
the point?
Use me.
Use me. I'll be able to get you to spaces. Right? But when you get to those spaces, work your butt off. So that they remember you, not you from your father, or hate you because of your father.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh wow. No.
So St. Pio was very easy for me in terms of adopting him as my son early on. It was very easy, and he was a nice child, right? And we had a very good conversations very early on. I needed to make that conversation clear. St. Pio is a handsome, tall, large, very large in complexion. So when you say when you say to my dad, you're like, yeah, dead, Johnny. You know? my daughters, because their mother is light, okay? So. Yeah. And even my daughters are lighter, but that was my instruction from my mother. My mother was like, "Kumnyama apin, ako tell him to so kanyisa. When a light,
Ako bene light, ako kanya endlini.
So I took instructions straight from my mother. I'm going yellow because my kids must be yellow. Come on, for the sake of my children, we've been going through the darkness in our lives. Come on." So when going back to St. Pio, we had a conversation very early on, and he was very young. I think must have been 5, 6. And I said, "You do realize, you do know that I'm not your father. Your father is Bongani from Cape Town. That's who made you with your mother. Me, I'm your dad. I'm the guy that's taking care of you. Know that." Made it very clear, right? It was never a confusion. He knew who his father was, and he knew his dad. Now recently more pops than dad, right? And to me, dad, your pops, yeah. And to me, that was clear. So I needed to be honest with him, so that you don't discover things later. And why do you confuse children though?
Because I mean, in the Brakini, I'll tell you right now.
And he knew I cared about him.
Is Amachita what they say, even when we go around and do a couple of surveys and try and find out the reason why Amachita Batsi they don't want to be step parents or stepfather, whatever that is. In this life that we're living in today, umtana umkhulise umise esikolweni aqede university, then the next thing athola umsebenzi maqeda ukuthola umsebenzi wakhe, then the next thing is the family wanna claim umntana wabo back or ubaba wakhe sekaqala ukuvela athi kanje na kanje, whereas amachita have realized ukuthi they've spent so much ukuthi ngikhulisele umntana lo ngithi umntana ami, mara here are things unveiling.
Why are you doing it then? Then why are you doing it? Are you doing it for a payback? Then you're stupid yourself. If you're doing it genuinely because you love the mother and you want to bring up the child, even your children are going to go. Even your children might turn back and decide they want to live their lives without you. That could happen. It's possible. So you either do it because you really care, or you do it for a payback time. Then don't do it. And you'll find the very same guys you're saying that are the guys that have left a lot of women out there with their kids who have been brought up by other stepfathers, not them. Their kids are being brought up by some other people. And they already have problems of bringing up other people's kids. Their kids don't even know a present, their Christmas or your birthday from them. But then they're going to complain about having to bring up other kids. If you're doing it for the payback time, then don't do it. Because the possibility is they are going to go away and they are going to live their lives. I'm not like bring up my kids up right now for them to do something for me at the end.
There's no benefit.
It's for me, for them to guide. I was given the duty by God to guide them to be the best they can be. And then they move on. And they shine in their own lives. Right? We cannot look at it back like where we come from. You know, we come from where our mothers were laborers, no education, nothing whatsoever, you know. And you knew that there was nothing much at home. You needed to go back and help out and all that. Me now, I don't want to demand that from my kids. They'll do it because they want to. If they want to buy me that old classic Mercedes-Benz that I'm looking for that I like, let them. But I do not want anything from them. My job is to make sure that they are okay. That's my duty. That's my job. I tell my 14-year-old right now, you go to school, the only thing that your job is to make sure that you do well and your grades are good. Everything else, what you eat, where you sleep, it's my responsibility. It's my job. It's not your job to worry about there's nothing in the fridge. It's mine. So that I can give you those wings and you can go out there and then fly. If when you want money back, take your money, or you go Capitec or wherever, go African Bank, open some saving account, and then you're going to get it after he's 50. If you feel like it is hard for you to take care of the child, of the person you claim you love.
This is the first.
No, I don't get it. I mean, I don't get the complaints, you know, that because you have a choice not to do it. You have a choice to walk away from it. But if you choose to do it, then you don't go back and come back and say, it's like this whole thing about fathers who always say, I take care of my kids as if they want to be praised for that.
It's your duty, very much.
It's your duty. You're supposed to do it. It's your job. You had sex. Apara condom. Apara condom. It's just the reality.
Okay, it's fine.
Let me tell you something. You know, there are times where, unfortunately, my youngest daughter doesn't stay with me; she stays with her mom because then she's not from marriage and all that.
Yeah.
But I've got such wonderful children who know that I care about her too, and I will find her in my house without me knowing. They'll communicate with their mother.
Oh, beautiful!
And they'll go fetch her. In fact, you know, her mother calls them deputy parents. Because they're more into her life than I am.
Oh, nice.
Trust me, you know. I mean, they get into that house, she messes up everything. She's Machaivan and she's something else. Love her to peace. But I'm lucky and happy that I've brought up kids in a certain way that I know that they'll be able to feed it back to that young one.
Oh, wow.
Even if today I had to pass. Right?
That was powerful. Yeah,
it is an amazing thing. Parenting is amazing. You know, I'll talk to you about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I get a call. Not 3 weeks ago, I get a call from Emitle. Emitle is my kids' half sister, right? So she belongs to my first wife, and there are two. After we separated, she had 2 more kids, and they are close with their bigger sisters. Right? They're quite tired. So Emily goes, Papa, is it okay if we can come over this weekend? I'm like, yeah, it's cool. Come over. Sharp. Then I've got one dealer who's from my second my second marriage. And then she goes like, what's working Tawina, my cousin? Also want to, and Koki, they want to come over.
Yo.
It's okay.
It's fine.
It's fine. And then obviously I knew the young one was going to come, right? And I decided I've got funerals, I've got soccer and so I'm decided here and now go so we took it one I'll never stay in this one. When they are together. Right? And they were all in my house. Vandalized it as always. Vandalized my fridge and everything. But to me, that's the blended family I've always wanted.
Yeah.
That these kids can always go to Tembisa, they can go to Soweto, they can go everywhere because they're all connected by blood somehow.
Yeah.
And that is my blood. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I'm going to die today. I don't want a situation where people are just finding out about who they don't even like each other.
Yeah.
You know, they don't even like each other. You know, right now I know that they can chill and they can survive with or without me moving forward. Because what you have to understand, and I will tell you right now, Tiisetso, people don't get it. You know, I was at Mutodi's funeral. You know, he was at Mbang at some point. You know, and he was very close with his daughters, very good, close. During COVID, he passed away.
The short one?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
Mutodi, man. Nashesh, I think. To know, on Generations, I think there was a season where Rapulana and this other character, they were getting married. Polyandry stuff with Connie Ferguson.
Oh, yes.
How many times?
Yeah, 3, 5, yeah.
So that guy.
Yeah, okay.
He passed away in, I think, 2020. So we go to his funeral. And you know, during those times, the funeral, like less than 50 people and all that, it was very intimate.
Yeah.
You know, it was very sad because I knew how tight he was with his daughters and his girls and all that. And I think I remember saying this thing on this funeral. One thing that you must not ever forget is that kids are God's little human beings. And He'll always be there for them. Whether you are here or not. He knows the beginning, the middle, and an end.
Powerful.
He knows you might not be there at some point,
Yeah.
and he knows how to carry them forward without you. Kids are going to be just fine. You know, there are kids who grew up without both parents, kids who grew up in shelters and stuff like that, and they just made it.
They're doing fine.
They are just doing fine. Because God always has a plan for every individual.
Oh, my goodness.
Tina, we always say, as if kids are when I only transport of her. They're not vessel who's going to feed them and make sure. And he's unfair in that regard. Because he's going to feed them.
Yeah, it sounds very unfair.
But keep an eye at the end of it all. And once you get that, you'll be relaxed. You'll be relaxed.
Wow.
But even if I walk away, I go vandaag, I know my kids will be okay. Because they've got a bigger papa than me.
Yes, the Most High.
Yeah.
Mara, tell me here, Bracken, don't you think, since you said your father was not present back then when you were growing up, don't you think there are certain aspects that you missed, that you wanted to learn from your father, that you could have instilled to your kids? Like maybe I'm mad because maybe I could have learned certain things about Amasigo to say this and that and that and that. Like, are you fine with that? Are you happy with that? Or you also sometimes when you're sitting by yourself, you feel like maybe there's certain aspects that I'm missing myself. I should have learned
there's
that.
a lot I'm missing. That I will tell you. There's a lot I'm missing. And you know, and I wouldn't want to blame it on him, everything, right? Because he was his own human being as well, and I don't know what he was going through.
Yeah. He lived his own life. It's fine.
His own life.
Yeah.
And listen, if you asked me the same question 20 years ago, I would have told you how much I insulted him, right? Because I felt like even my failed marriages had anything to do with that, because I had so much anger, and I never knew what that anger came from. I could not place it really until I really thought about it. I was angry with this guy, and it actually even passed. I was still angry with him after he's passed. I was like, what is it that was going to make different in my life?
Yeah, if he was around.
If he was around, right? So what I did, I then made sure that I was never going to be my father's son. I was going to have kids. I was going to be married. They're going to grow up in this beautiful family, picket fence and all. It was going to be that perfect. Yeah, you know that Bill Cosby family.
Yeah, that whole
I tried it the first time, failed. And I went to the second time, failed. And I realized that what I was doing, I was trying so hard to be this best dad, to be this best husband, that I was messing it up in the process. I was overthinking everything. Everything was supposed to be in a certain space. I was supposed to do it in a certain way, you know, and I just couldn't make things just happen, organically, you know. And I know that I broke people's hearts because of that, right? I broke my kids' hearts. I mean, my kids have seen a lot in both my marriages. You know, they've seen stuff that I don't think some of the kids, I don't think kids must see, you know. And I'm happy that slowly they are healing. I don't know if it's completely healing, but it's a process.
It is.
The healing is always a process, right? So, and I take that back to my dad. What if that guy didn't show up? How was it going to be? Because remember, this is how my life was. I grew up with my siblings. We were 5, in fact 6. And my younger sister, my older sister, died when I was not even born yet. She was 7 and she was deaf and she was hit by a bus, so she passed away. And then my big sister, my big brother, then myself, and then my younger sister and my younger brother, right? So that's who I knew in my life, and my mother. Those are the people that I knew. And then I was age 16. I was at my grandmother's house, and I get a call because at the time there was no phone. There were phones in the house, but no cell phones. Or did some guy want to see me in the Rockville, where I come from? So I left from White City and I walked
all the way to Rockville.
To Rockville, to my mom. And then they explained what the person came to you is your dad.
Hey, that's a bomb.
He wants to see. But my mom sits me down and says, let me break it down to you. This is what happens. You can meet him if you want to. But Mina, I'll rather you not. Because it's going to break your heart. I'm a 16-year-old, impressionable. Right now I can wear by choice.
It's a choice.
You know, a sales house.
That is back then. Sales house was big.
You don't know. She doesn't know sales house.
Sales house was the best. Yeah.
It was the best. Sales house, you know.
Yeah.
At that time, not long, there was a lady who was our age who just discovered her father around that time as well, and discovered that her father was rich. You know, she came into her life and changed her life completely.
So I know you're with that mindset to say, maybe this guy is gonna save me.
Little more work is gonna save me. You know, and he did the opposite. He did the opposite, and then I realized why my mother was saying whatever she was saying, and I was like, it is what
it's
it
okay.
is. It's okay. And then that's when I felt like, damn, I wish I didn't know him, because then I would have just lived my life without having to. Whenever I did something in my brain, I was thinking about him.
Yeah.
Whenever I did something towards family, I was thinking about he would have done this. I'll do the opposite. And I was doing the opposite. I was messing up myself, you know, instead of just living my life completely. You know, so those things do affect you as you go. I mean, you talk about a situation of where you come from in the origin and all that. I mean, most of his family is gone. Right, so there's little I know about them, but I maybe it was my choice at the same time.
Yeah, not to know a lot. Yeah,
not to know a lot.
Yeah,
because it hurt too much, right? But as much as my friends will tell you goodbye, but your kids need to know, you know. And sometimes I'm a little selfish, you know, or maybe I would rather protect them than have them deal with other human beings in their lives. They still have to deal with my family and their mother's family.
Yeah.
And all that.
It's a lot.
But maybe one day, I mean, like it's a beautiful question. Maybe something that I need to revisit and see what I can do. Because the reality of the matter is that when I leave, when I go eventually, my kids must have at least a balanced knowledge of.
Exactly, they must know their dad's roots. Yeah, to say my father is coming from this family, from this clan. This is how it goes about.
Do you know Mncedisi Shabangu?
Oh yes, yes.
Do you know how I ended up being a Kenneth Nkosi, known as a Kenneth Nkosi? It's because he came a class after me at the Mega Theatre Lab, and I was a Kenneth Nkosi, you know. and but he became so big and famous around. Like he was a Mnetis.
Yes.
And then my name is Mnetis. So I decided, damn, I'm not going to share no name. But when I started getting famous here, they must know the Mnetis here and the Kenneth.
That's the Kenneth.
So I became a Kenneth, right? And it became Mnetis Shabango. And guess what? Mnetis Shabango. My father's surname is Shabango. So I am Mnetis Shabango.
Oh my goodness! So literally, you guys are you share a name and a clan.
When I went to his funeral, there's a whole lot of people I've met were talking to me about the Shabango on my side. So Nkosi is my mother because they never get married, right?
Yeah.
So Nkosi is my mother. So, but the Nkosis are the ones that brought me up. That kept me where I am.
Where you are now.
So I'll always respect them and respect them forever. Yeah.
Wow.
So which is why I'll honor them with their name. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds so powerful. But now, because of our time as well, I wanted to find out, like, Brakeni, to say, in terms of like your words of wisdom, since you've been around for quite some time and you're a family-orientated man, to all the men out there, always, crying about their partners and everything, to say now eventually I feel like I'm in this relationship and it's not working out, and amachita khala ngezinye izinto. Most of the things that amachita khala ngawo lately women are so career driven, they don't have time for us as amachita now because they're making so much money. They feel like they're more superior to us as amachita. They can't stand them. That's why we even see like so much high divorce rates and stuff like that. What do you make of that?
I think it goes back to a choice. If you want to get married to Mary, who has no education, who stayed home and cook for you and take care of your children and make sure that they're taken care of and she's a housewife, then do that. But then if you choose to marry Tiisetso, who has a degree in law and she's got ambitions, she wants to be a judge one day, you must understand that she might not be home all the time. Choose your battles.
And you must also know that at some point Tiisetso might think she's superior in the house more than me, to say Tiisetso will want to make the rules more than me because she's making more money.
What's making is a tough one because it's different strokes for different folks, I wouldn't want a woman who sits around and do nothing. I like somebody who's ambitious with other things she's thinking about and going on in her life. I don't want somebody who's going to be waiting for me when I'm coming back home. I want somebody who maybe dismiss for dinner incentive instead of going home straight because the kids are having pizza. you know what I mean? I'd rather have somebody that loves doing stuff and being busy and all that. I don't think I'll ever, something I discovered a couple of years ago. And probably my girlfriend's gonna kill me for this, but I'm a good person to chill with. I really do believe that I'm a good person to chill with.
Yeah,
I'm horrible to live with. I'm a horrible person to live with. I like my things a certain way. I'm looking at the bookshelf, but I'm like, this bookshelf's got books there, and they're on top of it. I'm that guy who wants that. This one must be like that. And I left that. Please leave it there. Just don't move it. I'm like, I've got my moods where I sit and I just want to watch my TV and
like,
talk to nobody.
Just don't talk to me. Yeah.
Even my daughters know that, right? Because my life is so much out there.
Yeah.
Right. My life is so much out there. My home is where I wanna wear my shoes out there and like not have to worry about nobody. So it becomes very difficult for a human being to come visit me. The second day I'm like, I want my space. I want my space.
Shayimoto.
And it's. I think she's got it these days. She's like, okay, whatever. Let's just forget about it. I know it's sad, but I'm at a point right now when I'm into partnerships more than girlfriend boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
I want a partner that I'm with, who's having her own house and her kids. I've got my own house and my kids.
Okay.
We visit each other. The kids can come this way, the kids can come that way. That's really what I want for now. You never know what's going to happen 3 years from now. But for now, that's exactly what I enjoy. Like, I don't know if I can see it 24 hours 7 days a week. No, I don't know if I can be able to do that. But we can communicate all we want. I don't know if I can be in the same space with a human being for a longest time. Because I got married for a long time, my first marriage, married for a long time in my second marriage. I'm that guy who has one relationship after the other, from this one, another one, from this one, another one. Right? For the first time in my life after my second divorce, I thought, fuck man, come on, let me just chill and do nothing. And I've gotten used to it. Yeah. It's just, it feels peaceful for me.
Yeah.
That I don't feel like I have to report to anybody what I want to do and all that. You know, I don't need to answer to nobody. Will I ever get married again?
I was about to ask,
He just got married recently.
So the ref say he just got married recently.
Yeah, so you never know. You never know. But for now, no, that's not what I'm looking forward to. But in terms of Amagents, now Amagents are complaining too much. Amagents, I really think they complain too much. Because
I was sister.
Well, no, let me tell you. This is a situation. When you first meet these people, I'm making a choice about the Smangele. I get to know Smangele, Humanat, the flowers and all that.
Yeah.
Eventually it slows down. It's no longer as butterflies and all that. And Smangele starts complaining about things and all that. Yeah. You know she's complaining about those things. Right? Remember the first step. It's women who say yes. They've got the power. They've got the power. They're the ones who say yes as we propose. Yeah. And as soon as they are there, as hunters, we've got them.
We won. Yes.
Right? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
For the next step to go on, the power is us.
in your hands. Yes.
We are the ones who say, will you marry me? Right? So after that power that she had and lost, and you got the power to say, will you marry me? No, to a point where you're married, then you're home.
That's when you start seeing them.
That's only when you see them. Come on. And then again, this thing about people being scared of divorce. And, you know, I divorced, and I keep saying this, and I've said it again. Now, my divorce was based on my children. For their sanity. Right? Some people stick around for children. No, it's because of the children. That's why we are here. Yeah. At the same time, they're messing them up. Yeah, Baba. Can you imagine? You've been married since age 30, right? We are 50 now.
Oh.
The kids are going to go. They're going to go away.
Exactly.
You are going to be stuck with this human being.
Same human being. Ooh.
Oh, Baba. The ones that you said you were protecting are gone.
They're living their life now.
They're living their life. We are stuck.
No, it's only 60. I was on
60, man. We are stuck. You can't be doing that. Now, when it gets to a point when it's no longer fun, when it's no longer happening, you know, and I promise you, I'm not the guy that just up and leaves. Me, I try everything humanly possible to try and make it work.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, and my heart tells me, I need to hear it, I need to feel it, because it's time to go. I go, Baba. No, it's done. Because you are important too. It's not just the next person or the marriage.
Yourself.
You. But they call it mental health issues.
Yeah, mental health. Mental health. Yeah.
Narcissist, and triggered. You know, all those words that I hear these days. But for that, I walk away. For to know, I always said that, you know, after my marriages, I became a better partner with my exes. Okay, we have our doubts, we have our flaws. Once in a while, we clash about one thing or another, but we became better as human beings.
So now you are better in co-parenting and being parents to your kids.
Because she brought the worst.
Yeah.
I brought out the worst out of her. Candy, she's not. She was always a good human being. We're just not at a spot where we can be able to meet. The only time we met was when we were in bed and made children. After that, there was no meeting. Besmiti sanakuphe. Also, it's a meeting thing.
There was no meeting.
No. Meeting of minds and everything and all that. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
So, but
okay.
then, in all honesty, hey, I look back right now, I'm thinking, I'll be forever grateful to those women for having helped me bring up these beautiful human beings that I have right now. Without them, I would not have a child today. And they played a huge role. And I thank them again, even when we decided to part ways. When I said, please, can I keep my kids? There was no doubt. They were like, you're the best person to keep the kids.
Oh, wow.
And I'm so happy that they did that for me, because I could not. It goes back to the topic about stepfather. I do not imagine my kids being brought up by another man. I did not imagine my beautiful 4 girls being brought up by another man.
100%,
and especially girls.
100% of men say that, actually, that they don't see their kids being brought up by another man.
So I needed to deal with that. I needed to bring them up myself, right? And so that they don't have anybody to blame.
Yeah,
they can blame me if they turn out wrong in their lives.
So I'm definitely sure right now you have a different perspective to this notion of women saying men are trash. Oh, what do you feel about that when women say men are trash? You know, because obviously this is like something that is actually embedded in us as men. You know, in the.
And I'm not projecting. You know, I hate it so much. I hate that term so much because, you know, there's one human being that must have done this to you, and then you decide to just throw it as a blanket, like everybody else, right? I may have been bad to some human beings in life. Then Kenneth Nkosi is trash. I may have been horrible to. Then Kenneth Nkosi is trash. Yeah. You can't just throw a blanket and make us all trash.
Generalize all of us.
And generalize all of us. Yeah. Because there are other guys that are actually good guys.
Yeah.
There are people that are good guys. You know, and if you have to call them that all the time, why? What about village wang?
You know, exactly.
Or then they become trash.
Yeah.
You know, I really think that we should be encouraging people to speak more about the guys that are doing very well in their lives, in terms of being parents, in terms of being partners, in terms of being, you know, fathers. You know, and I think we must give them an encouragement.
Credit and
you know, and you know, instead of just putting them down all the time, because there are good men out there. There are a lot of good men out there. You know, it's just us who there's a few apples, maybe not a few in South Africa. Flip a lot of apples.
There's a lot of
fall far
from the
There's a lot of rotten apples in this country. You know, and you cannot ignore that, because the reality of the matter is that our kids, our mothers, our father, our sisters are dying in the hands of those rotten trash men. And I don't know. I don't know what to say. But it's just a tough conversation when you talking about that. You know, because there's a lot that one has done as well, coming back as a young man and as a young in marriage and all that, and doing stuff that I look back, I'm thinking that could have been regarded as trash. Yeah. And guess I was trash at the time. I guess I was trashy at the time, because I could have responded differently to issues, but I got physical about issues. Yeah. You know, I got violent about issues.
Too emotional about
I got too emotional about things, and I could have done it differently. And I do believe that it has everything to do with our upbringing and where we come from in our society and all that. But you can change that because it's only here. Yeah. You know, because our egos and everything control us so much. Because women are very good with this.
Too much.
Women are good at telling 2 words to you right now, and you'll feel small for
the rest of your life. They can say, you're right.
For the rest of your life. And until now, we might not be able to respond with our mouths, and we want to respond physically and all that, and then kill, and then you know, injure and beat up and all that. And that can't be right. So it's a question of taking responsibilities on my hands and growing our strength, you know, emotionally, mentally, and try so hard. Try hard. In fact, don't try to do it. You know, if you go to show umuntu, how much do it benefit?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, wambulaya umuntu right now.
Your life is done.
You're gone.
Yeah.
You're right? Or you kill yourself. Your kids. What happens to your children? You know?
Yes.
that's supposed to be, taken care of by you. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think I've just said a lot right now.
Yeah, no, you have. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? You heard so much, and I think right now, just on a serious note, what I'm gonna say to you right now is that I feel like Oprah Kenneth has said so much wisdom. Has said a lot. I know we've had like so many people coming through to the show. Just putting jokes aside. In everything that we always speak about on the show, but I think I'm sure as much as you've watched the show, we definitely appreciate the wisdom and all the words that he has shared right now. And I'm saying this nami as a father, and as a husband. Trust me. There's a lot that I also felt like I'm getting them right, I'm getting them wrong. But every single thing and I feel like nami I've learned so much, and I hope that all of you guys and you'll take these things and instill them in your mind and make sure that you better your life, you better your relationship moving forward. At least as amachita asibeni umuntu ohlukile empilweni, or now as usise ekhaya, because a lot that was said as well also relates to you as umuntu wesifazane. So I hope everything that has been said now uzoyithatha and make good use of it. But other than that, from myself, Tiisetso, for Fathers Podcast, if there's anything that you always want to say to us, or you want to be part of the show, you can always send us an email, which is info@4fatherspodcast.co.za. info@4fathers.co.za, to put it correct. info@4fathers.co.za. And nakhona you can like, share, subscribe, and then share nabantu baziyo lapho ke. And I always said ukuthi sinabantu abasizayo la ekhaya, counselors, whatever that is. If you need assistance, let us know so we can refer you to the right people bazokwazi ukukusiza. But other than that, right now I'd like to say thank you very much. Thanks a lot to my good hero and a person that I look up to in the industry, Bra Kenneth. Thank you very much for making time to come through. And I also, I appreciate you in the industry as well. And like I said, I also look up to you. For this sakho. Thank you very much.
Danko.
Asibonge. Danke. Peace out.
The voice for fathers who never had a stage. We human, we rise, paving paths for tomorrow. Late nights, hard grind, we build futures, not egos. Kids watch everything, learn from every single move. Anger and pain, stay outside, love always comes inside. We lead by example, not just by telling words. Life hits hard, mistakes happen, still we stand tall. Father, speak now, the unheard voice is finally called. The voice for fathers who never had a stage. We human, we rise, paving paths for tomorrow. No silence, no excuses. Only fathers, voices loud. For Fathers Podcast, finally, the platform fathers deserve.